Welcome to my new video, how to perform on stage. I'm gonna tell you a bit about my own experience, how I started gigging when I was younger, and how I would advise a performer how to behave on stage. What everyone thinks about when they're on stage is like, oh my god, so many people are watching me. I've already been on stage in my early childhood and I was used to being in a group and not in front of a huge audience, so that's why I never was really nervous. I was excited obviously, and I can't really remember if I was proper nervous, but I got used to it, and that kind of routine gives you self-confidence on stage. Also, if you don't want to be too nervous, it always helps to be prepared, yeah? So if you know your lyrics, if you know your chords, if you just know what you have to do and thought it all through and worked on it, you feel much more confident on stage. Sometimes I was nervous although I knew it all, the lyrics and everything, but just because I knew there's a huge audience or there are important people. Actually, I didn't lose control over my voice, but it was just wobbling sometimes. I couldn't control it 100%, and that was quite shocking to me. Nobody's perfect, we all know that. But I'm saying that because in the music industry it's very important to not give up. Yeah, self-confidence is necessary to go to the next step. The next step is moving on stage. So I've seen many singers that just stood there with a microphone. That's fine, especially if you sing a ballad, but after a while it gets a bit boring for the audience. You express yourself on stage, so it's very important that you show it in your face and that you show it with your body, that you feel it, and that you want the audience to feel what you feel. I always find it quite helpful to move on stage when it's a upbeat song, and like kind of dancing, therefore you might need some dance moves, but it's fine if you just like move your arms a bit and use your head. It's simple and small things that can change a lot and make it more interesting for the audience. If you have a ballad, it's a bit harder to move, that it's not too much. Think about this, you can structure your song as well with your performance. So say you're in the middle of the stage with your mic and the mic is on a stand, and then maybe you walk in or you just stand there and the ballad starts, and then you start singing and you close your eyes sometimes and you use your hands, but do it natural, don't force yourself to anything, so that's really important. And yeah, use your head a bit, and then maybe on the chorus you can move a bit more with your body, and then it builds up. And maybe on the in the second verse you can take your mic out of the stand and walk, not run or anything, just walk slowly. Yeah, you can make like bigger movements with your arms or your head and stuff. And yeah, just like if you have a stage, it depends how big it is obviously, but you can like divide it into sections. So there's like section A, section B and section C, and section B is like the middle. Yeah, and you look straight, or maybe just move your head and your body a bit to the audience so they feel like oh right, she's now looking at me, and they don't lose interest. And then when the song builds up, you can go to section A to the left and like look at them, maybe go down a bit as well, and then you go to a section C and then you look at them and sing to them, and you look into people's eyes. That's when they feel, they feel what you feel when you sing. If it's an upbeat song, then you have to be quite careful with moving, because you always have to balance between singing and moving. Because if you move too much, your voice might shake and or wobble. You can always involve the audience, like it depends on the mood actually. A very nice performance I think is if they're all in the mood and singing along, then you can use your microphone, and do that kind of thing. But be careful, don't tell them to do anything, you can say every once in a while like hands up and stuff, but I wouldn't say like clap your hand. There are different kinds of audiences. There is one that is in the mood, that is singing along. Most of the time, if people are sitting, they're just looking at you, they're watching you, they don't show a lot of emotion. Try to not feel intimidated by that. Maybe close your eyes and be in your own world, and and then if you like really feel it, even if they're sitting, they can feel it and they will be impressed and they will applaud at the end of the song. If they're all standing, then it's easier for them to get engaged, you know. I've had loads of different audiences, so you can never tell what the atmosphere is going to be like. I can actually put a link into the description for my own gig in May 2018 with 8,000 people. It was amazing. You know, I was excited and I was ready, and I actually didn't think about the performance as much. I was just going on stage and performing with a wireless mic, which is quite easier when you have to move. The transition between each song can be quite hard to fill. I was in that situation as well, where I had to think about something to talk about to the audience, because the guitar was getting out of tune. It was so hot in the day and the sun was shining on it. And then the iPad of my guitarist just broke down, and I was like, oh God, no. But luckily, I was playing some solos on the piano anyway, so they could, like the drummer and the guitarist could go in the back and put the iPad in the fridge. That's why it's quite helpful to know the chords as well. I'm singing and playing as well, so I can't really move much. Then it's small things that make a good performance. It's always important that when you talk, it's not too long so the people get bored, but still, it's very important that you say your name at the beginning and at the end of the gig, so people remember. You don't always have the opportunity to show your picture or your logo or anything in the background. It's always important for a good performance that you like what you're doing, that you are singing songs that you understand the lyrics and the message behind it, so you can tell the story to the audience. You know, if you don't understand the song, then you can't tell the story. Actually, it was Peter Jack Rainbird I saw at a masterclass at BIM, who told me, or told us, that you create moments for the audience. They come to see your performance and not to hear the song. And for other musicians like guitar, drummer or bassist, you think, well, the singer does everything, I don't have to do anything. That's not true. Like I said, it's small things, like the guitarist could, you know, use his hand a bit, but again, don't make it look unnatural. You have to feel comfortable. Again, people can see if you feel the music or you don't. Like, people can tell, all right, yeah, they're all feeling it, but the bassist, he's just playing on his own. He's in his own world. We can tell. I mean, not everybody can tell, but a lot of musicians can. Just be aware of your surroundings. Don't play on your own when you're in a band. But even if you're alone, don't be in your own world. If you feel intimidated or anxious, okay, if that's what you have to do. But in order to have a good performance and people want to get engaged and feel what you feel, then let them be part of it. It does make so much more fun if you can play with other musicians. You look at them and you know you all feel it, and that is sharing the same passion. Feedback is actually quite important as well, so you can ask people from the audience, maybe your friends and family, that tell you the truth about what they thought about your performance. And we all started somewhere, and we have to work on ourselves to get better, to improve. I think personally that it's very important to see what you did wrong, but also see what you did right and be proud of it. See your pros, see your cons, and work on yourself. Create moments and let the audience be part of it. They come to see your performance, to see live music, to get inspired. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you liked it and I hope it was helpful for you. See you soon. I will